From AIT Studios in Abuja, Nigeria, this is the O&M Sunday Show with Obiora Ilo and Mamode Akuga.
Hello and welcome. It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon, and it's time once again for the O&M Sunday Show. So delighted to be on your screens again today. My name is Mamode Akuga, and as usual, tag team partner right here.
I am Obiora Ilo. It's another Sunday, and we're glad you're with us. It's really going to be a very exciting edition. We've called it the Collector's Edition because we have some very special people with us in the studio. But before we talk about those that are coming on our studio today to talk with you, a lot has been happening in Abuja. Almost yesterday, I couldn't take my family to the airport because I couldn't get fuel.
Yes, it's rather embarrassing, really. You are moving around the FCT and then all the filling stations, long queues, people trying to get fuel. You know, it's one thing that I really don't like experiencing.
And nobody is giving any good reason for what is going on.
Yes.
And of course, that was one of the high points of those that are supporting President Goodluck Jonathan. They said that the queues are gone.
Yes,
is this sabotage?
We don't know.
Is this, I don't know, because it's really embarrassing.
The authorities from the NNPC say people should avoid panic buying. There's enough fuel to go around, you know, that kind of thing. But yes, they keep giving that reassurance. But we keep seeing the long queues.
There must be panic buying because people need to do their business. Like yesterday I said, I needed to take my family to the airport. I had a flight to catch.
Yes.
So what was I going to do? I just sit at home and they're not able to get to the airport. So people would engage in panic buying.
And this situation promotes, black marketeering. And people start getting fuel and selling at very astronomical prices. The right authorities, please flood the market with this product. If you do, there is no way we're going to be having those queues. And
we have the papers.
Yes, we have the papers.
Because usually on Sundays we talk about the papers.
Yes, but let me very quickly say that the one that is rather worrisome for me today is the Punch. And I'll just pick that up. The Punch, the headline is very worrisome. And, Biora, what we're seeing here is federal government shortlist 4 INEC chiefs to succeed Jega. It's so, funny, really, because this Jega thing just won't go away. A lot has been said. The president has given assurance in his media chat, and then,
I don't know why we can't just look the other way and allow Jega to face the business of conducting elections. I don't know why. And you hear APC every day talking about it as if there's something they know we don't know.
Maybe
and
there's
come out with some evidence. They're not giving us any evidence.
Very quickly, Obiora, what they're saying is that, look, the federal government is not going to outrightly sack Jega, but he might be told to proceed on his terminal leave. His tenure is due to expire shortly, and civil service rules and all whatnot. You can ask the man to proceed on his terminal leave, and he goes from there. So they're thinking that he can proceed on that terminal leave even before the elections, and that's why you are seeing this kind of headlines. 4 names have been shortlisted.
Mamode, we go back to what we have continued to say on this program, that Mr. President has assured Nigerians that nothing like that is going to happen. I believe my president. And until he says something else, the buck stops at his table. If Jega is going, Mr. President should know. And he says Jega is not going. So
if he has a contrary view now, I mean, he also will tell Nigerians.
Oh, yes. Ribadu, you don't change a C in C in the middle of war. That's one up for Mr. President.
That's one up for Mr. President. Yes.
And of course, we have in change of strategy, Jonathan Buhari opt for town hall meetings. I think they are all trying their best.
There's a lot of time now.
Yes, to reach the people.
Yes, and don't forget that they've done a lot of the rallies already in those states. So you have to change strategy, talk to people now, get closer to the people and not just those rallies anymore. And that's what those town hall meetings.
And Mamode, what do you think about what the PDP is saying? PDP is saying that there's a grand plan
Yes.
to elect Buhari and Osinbajo. Some months into the tenure, Osinbajo resigns, Tinubu takes over. There's even a letter of resignation that has been signed by...
and so Chibajo has sworn to an oath.
Yes,
You know,
and
I don't
APC says
believe
it's all baloney.
I don't believe all this kind of arrangements. For me, it's politics. You know,
politics.
Yes, it's politics. Those things, they can happen, but I don't believe in this scenario that that kind of thing. It's the situation. Well, the nation is saying now that it's not just the presidency now that is being accused of plotting to remove Jega. The nation says senators, reps, even INEC chiefs joined the plot against Jega. I'm sure if we can see that very closely, yes, we can see that's the, yes. So it looks like all the political actors, you know, are joining the plot to remove Jega from office.
I think Jega has so many enemies.
Yes, why?
because why is, the papers every day, Jega is either he's going, oh, Jega is compromised, oh, Jega has had meetings. I think they should just leave Jega alone to conduct these elections.
And then
I think that's what we should do. We should advise Nigerians to just allow this man conduct these elections. But that also puts him it puts him on a very narrow path, which means he has to do a good job.
He has to do a good job because right now his reputation is not at the highest point or the highest peak, as it were. A lot of Nigerians and I say that, you know, without any doubt in my mind at all, that in spite of the fact that Jega told Nigerians that his reason for moving the elections is purely for security reasons, Nigerians have now found out very clearly that Jega himself was not ready.
Okay, let's look at this story that is very encouraging, shows that Nigerians are good people. Yes. Airport cleaner will return forgotten 12 million, yes. Release pains of not knowing her parents. Well, we have also, like all the papers, we're also trying to reach out to this wonderful woman to see if she will be a guest on this program to talk about what it means to see 12 million and I still feel that you can live without it.
Yes, Obiora, even as comfortable as you are now, would you return the 12 million if you saw it?
I will. I will, but I'll be tempted not to, but I will. Eventually I will.
Well, Obiora has been my friend for a long time, so let's say that I will believe him. Well, there's something very interesting in the papers. We just had to pull this one out. This is all the way coming from Wind of Hope Foundation, and it's an open letter to General Muhammadu Buhari. And it is the letter, this is the open letter anyway. I'm going to try to just pick something out of it, you know. And they're saying it's titled, Offer of Sponsorship of Presidential Debate at Chatham House, United Kingdom. Well, they are saying that they are ready to put all the finance at their disposal to sponsor a debate for Buhari and Jonathan at the Chatham House in the UK. And they're saying that since Buhari feels comfortable, remember, Obiora, that Buhari says he's not very comfortable doing the debate.
Yeah, because he's suspecting the authorities.
He's suspecting the authorities, the group that is putting it together and all that. Well, they are saying that Buhari has shown some level of comfort at Chatham House. And well, they're saying that they will sponsor it. Let the guys at Chatham House organize the debate and let Buhari and Jonathan face each other. Well, I think it's wonderful.
It's fair enough.
If you ask me, it's wonderful.
And I think it would be proper for Buhari to take up this challenge. If he feels that he can't do it within Nigeria, maybe he should do it outside Nigeria. Because I think it would be nice if Buhari debates.
This is a wonderful opportunity because really, it's not a question of being nice now, Obiora. It would be nice if Buhari... No, I don't think so. I think that Buhari has to debate Jonathan for Nigerians to see. There are a lot of undecided voters as we speak, people who are on the fence. They are neither PDP, they are neither APC. They are just waiting for something to give them that clue that this is where I should go. And for a lot of people, a national debate will just tell them who exactly they should vote for. And I think we have gotten past that level where you can say, no, I won't debate, or I will debate, or I won't. No, I think that is necessary, that the voters can hear the two major contestants go
I
at each
agree,
other.
I agree with you, Mahmoud. It's nice if Buhari debates, but Buhari is not breaking any constitutional provisions. If he refuses to debate, he's not going against the Electoral Act.
Yes.
It's still his choice to either debate or not debate. Yeah. But I think I join you in asking General Buhari to go have this debate. Please have this debate.
For the benefit of all Nigerians.
To give Nigerians some more insight. Of course, we've been on the streets asking Nigerians how they feel about the progress that's been made by our troops in the northeast.
Yes.
And in those battled areas.
More towns have been retaken as we speak. Gulak, Bara, as you know, these are a few of the towns that have been recaptured by Nigerian military. I mean, the success is just wonderful. It's intoxicating. It's going on and on.
So let's go to the streets and hear what Nigerians are saying.
I really commend them because it's not easy for one to lay down his life for his country. I really thank the president and even the Minister of Defense, then to their commanders in field and the gallant officers and soldiers, which for what they are carrying, for what they have been doing.
The military have really shown that they have what it takes to tackle such a crisis. Because in other states, in other countries where we have crisis, Nigerian military go there and they record victory. So sometimes we wonder why it's not like that in Nigeria. They've shown the Nigerian spirit, and I believe Nigerians are quite happy about it.
I'll rate them really high. They have done quite a remarkable job in the last few days. Our army is one of the finest armies in the world.
You can see what is happening in other foreign countries, like what happened in France, in Paris. Everybody came together, both the main party and opposition, and they all fought, and within hours, their own terrorist attack was able to be brought to an end. But in Nigeria's situation, I just feel that there's that division within the main party, that's the ruling party, and the opposition. They cannot come together and work together so that they'll defeat these terrorists in this.
Almost 3 decades have been involved in broadcast journalism, with the better part of that time in the gathering and production of news and news programs. I'm proud to have pioneered weekday morning news talk show on Nigerian television, first with AM TV Live on DBN television and later with Kakaki on AIT.
I am Obiora Ilo. Over 30 years ago, I started my career at Radio Nigeria. Over these long years, I've presented several programs and interviewed hundreds of guests, men and women, the big stars and the not well known, the rich and the poor, politicians, movie stars, journalists, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as they say. You just name them. I've also covered events across the world, from Europe to America, from Asia and back to Africa, bringing first-class reports.
Now, together with Obiora, I will be coming to your screens 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, with the O&M Late Show.
Mahmoud and I will be bringing our decades of experience to bear on our new talk show, the O&M Late Show.
In our careers, we have blazed many trails, and we are thrilled and ready to set new records with nighttime television. The O&M Late Show,
your late night catch-up.
Yes, it's still the O&M Sunday Show. Yes, today we're going to be talking Nollywood, and we're going to be talking how Nollywood is impacting social, cultural development in Nigeria. Also, a lot of them very involved in politics. We're going to be talking about that a little bit as well. But to quickly let you know that right in our studios already, we have some very, very big names from Nollywood.
I think we have one of the biggest names, the biggest names on Nollywood. We have Mama G, Patience Ozokwor, right here. She's already seated. We also have our dear friend and colleague Raf Nwadike. Raf is already seated. You can see
prolific writer,
director,
producer, everything.
And we have Steve Osezua. Steve Osezua is the president of ITPAN. They are the guys that do all the productions.
Independent Producers Association of Nigeria.
They are they're already seated. And I'm sure people are wondering if this is really Mama. She's so cool.
Yeah.
She's so cool. So they're wondering.
Not in character yet.
But before we start talking to our in-studio guests, let's go right away to our regular segment on this show, and that's our segment with General Chris Olukolade. General, you're welcome to our show this afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yes, it looks like a lot of Nigerians, unlike we saw in the months past, a lot of Nigerians are in solidarity with our troops, and some people are saying that must be a big morale boost for our troops. Is that the way you say it?
Yes. They give a great morale boost. It's a great source of encouragement. As you already noted, the various groups are, apart from sending messages, apart from visiting, conveying their message of solidarity in various ways. Yesterday, the Chief of Defense Staff got his officers to receive a delegation of the Support Our Troops Foundation, who held a rally that terminated in the defense headquarters. And these messages are definitely getting to troops in the field, and it's a source of encouragement to the ongoing push against the terrorists.
Okay. So, General, tell us what, counting all the victories and the recapture of several towns, what are the new towns and new territories that Nigeria has regained?
We kept giving the list, but we are literally not able to keep the count now because of the speed. The fact that as I speak to you at the moment, is either cutting and search is ongoing somewhere, or a fresh assault is on a place, or the bombardment by air is on certain cells or hideouts that have been identified, and intelligence is coming in and they are being followed up so speedily. In fact, in certain locations, you get there, you find that these guys have actually fled. And the speed and the tempo is impressive. It's keeping pace with the crowds and generally encouraging.
So, from what you just said, General, in military parlance, what you're saying is that Boko Haram is making a tactical withdrawal already.
Well, let's see it as either we take it as fight, trying to get away, and it's likely they are even depleted much of what they had unleashed on Nigerians, and a few brave ones among them, or a few ones that are really committed to suicide are still making some desperate effort to cause havoc. And that's why you keep hearing of suicide bombing here and there. These are part of the features of what they are struggling about to cause as much mayhem as possible. And when they cannot hold ground as they intended to, in the course of their flight, they see as much havoc as they can cause. And that's why we witnessed the suicide bombing in certain locations. But the fact is that every effort is made to keep things with them.
Okay, General, let me just ask you. A lot of images are popping up in the internet about abuses of some Boko Haram soldiers or insurgents captured. Are the authorities investigating it to be sure that our troops are not involved in those abuses?
No, you can be very, very sure that those abuses are not tolerated and there's no provision for them. There's constant warning on troops to ensure that no such abuse takes place. And like we've said, the authorities will not tolerate it if it's found on the part of any of our soldiers or members participating in this mission. In view of the painstaking effort to impact it as part of training, to remind people constantly of the details of the rules of engagement, and also the need to observe the laws of armed conflict, even though we are combating lawless terrorism.
And unconventional.
That has been constantly repeated.
Thank you, General. Thank you, as usual. And we'll talk to you again on Tuesday night.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this privilege you give us to this Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then back to the business at hand. We have in our studio those we call the heavyweights of Nollywood, those that are behind the scene, those that call the shots. And I think we are starting with them this afternoon.
Yes, first, of course, writer, producer, director, and so many other things. I don't know if I should add politician now. Mr. Ralph Nwadike.
And of course, we have Steve Osezua, the president of ITPAN. Gentlemen, if you're ready, we are ready.
You know, Ralph is it's a family member. You know,
Yes.
So good to be on.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, I saw him at the airport yesterday, and I was like, I said, is that you, Ralph? You've added so much weight, and then with this shock of white hair, making him look so sartorial.
Yes, you know, I think it's you just decided this. I mean, the hair thing, a new look, new identity.
Yeah, I like the kind of the new look thing and new identity. I'm still Ralph Nwadike. You guys know me.
I think the man is aging also.
Yeah, sure, I'm aging, definitely, you know. But we thank God, and like I said, it's so nice to be home.
Oh yes. You know, Ralph, some of you were there at the beginning when this whole Nollywood and all that. I know that there were films before 1992, but after living in bondage, you know, there was a revolution.
That's correct.
You know, can you, put it in perspective for us? How has it been this last 20
years?
Yes, 20
something years.
Yeah, well, like as you all know, last year, my association, the Association of Movie Producers, did something called 20 Years of Nollywood. That's Nollywood at 20. Okay. Well, don't forget, filmmaking has been on even before I was born.
Oh yes.
All right. My great grandfathers were filmmakers. The late Chief Fabiatu Gunde, so many of them, Francis Oladele, they were all filmmakers. But the revolution called Nollywood started with Living in Bondage, Chief Kenneth Imobhio, and then that is why my association felt, well, let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate Nollywood, as it were, the beginning of the revolution called Nollywood. Okay, but we've been filmmaking country for even before I was born.
Okay. Steve, as at last year, it was revealed that Nollywood last year, in 2013,
That's
Nollywood had brought in money that's in excess of $10 billion US. And it's also said that that the worth of Nollywood as it is in Nigeria is about 5.7 billion.
That's true.
And we still see people in this industry complaining that you, the big boys, don't take good care of them. People are your set, they get 100,000, 20,000, they can't pay their bills. Is this huge sums we are hearing, is it not translated in the lives? I'm not talking about the big ones like Mama G that we're going to talk to in a moment. I'm talking about the smaller ones.
Is that question for me or for Steve?
No, it's for Steve.
Okay, good.
If you look closely at some of the very names, in Nollywood, also in the television industry, because Nollywood captures not just the home video makers, even the TV and even musicians.
That's correct.
So if you look at their life, let's say in the past few years now, you will agree with me without any doubt, that's that people are really making the thing is really making impact. People are making money, they are earning good living from it, and that's why today all the boys you see, all the girls you see around, they all want to be actors. But then it could be better, because outside Nigeria we only try to compare. One of the problems we have basically as producers is the banks perhaps do not really believe in what we are doing. I've been to the bank severally and asked for one form of
let's just say the corporate bodies, so-called.
No, I'm even
governments.
talking about banks now, because if I import and sell gin, I can go to my bank, talk with my manager. I want to bring in gin from maybe Japan or from China. Over a period of time, I'm going to pay you this money. They will be glad to give to me. But as filmmakers, as television content producers, you go to these same people, you go with your script, you go with your budget and everything. All they will tell you is that they don't have a product for our industry. And for us to really move forward, for us to be able to pay people, I mean the talents and the cast now and the crew, they are worth what they really worth. That's something that you do 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs in a year, and you can go to bed and yet be able to pay your school fee, be able to pay your house rent, or to maintain yourself. I think jobs like the government is doing, the bank also, and other corporate bodies, like my colleague just said, should actually look into
and putting some
believing in us. Because the implication is that if you don't believe in us, the South Africans, the Chinese people, the Indians, they will come, they will see that lacuna, they see that loophole, they will take advantage, and I tell you, it's already happening.
And we will experience capital flight all over again.
Yeah, they're coming already.
They'll do it, they produce it, they take it there, they resell it to us. And
we will come back to this question on the reverse side of government. You talked about banks and you mentioned corporate bodies.
That's correct.
I think even the money sent from the government, how many billion that went into, a lot of it is still bogged down at Nexim Bank. So we will come back to that, but I don't want to lose track of the issue of the producers, independent producers.
That's correct.
Ralph, you were very involved in producing soaps for TV.
That's correct.
And I recall at the beginning of Dark Communications, AIT, you were there, the production of Palace.
That's correct.
Wonderful soap.
Yes.
You know, I think I took some part in it.
Yeah, that was the very first show. I remember. Yes.
Now,
he also made an incursion into Nollywood.
Yes, he did. Great actor.
Now, you guys seem to just turn your backs on, soaps, and we're seeing that instead of Nigerians investing in it, a lot of South Africans, like you said, are now, investing in soap. So you guys seem to have now concentrated so much on film. Why is that?
Well, let me throw the question back at you. For instance,
no, I'm the one asking the question.
No. Okay, let me throw the question back at you. Now, for instance, I'm a producer.
Yes.
And I produce content. Content is actually what drives every station. That's what drives viewers out there to come and watch what you guys are putting on. And I come into a station like AIT, and I am told I have to pay X amount of millions to put out my content on air.
Per episode.
Per episode. It is not done. Perhaps what should have been done is the way it's done in the past, where I bring my content, you see that's something that's going to have to qualify to your on-air programs.
Yes.
And then you take it perhaps with, okay, let's do a percentage sharing. Yes. But you ask producers to produce number of millions per episode. All right, where is he going to get it from? All right, don't forget to, getting adverts. You still have to go back to the agencies. Well, banks, like he said, are not perhaps interested. Some of them are showing interest right at this time. Corporate bodies, you have to speak all the English. You know how to speak. You have to get drafters of proposals to do wonderful proposals. At the end of the day, they tell you stories. Let us take it back to the days where it used to be AIT and NTA saying, look, come, give us your content. They put it on air, and then you probably share they market it together. That is the way it should be done. But when you're not doing that way, we have to find a way to survive, my brother. All right? But right now, yes, it's not as if someone like me, I've turned my back on production of soap opera. Don't forget, that is my forte. That's my original calling, all right? Yeah. I am ready to do as many soaps as possible, but I am not ready to pay 2 million or 3 million per episode to be on air on any station, not even AIT.
So the problem really is finance. The TV stations.
Exactly.
It's the TV stations.
No, but the TV stations have to survive. They are not subvented.
Vin, the only way you guys can survive, TV stations can survive, is for them to have good content. You see, we
then your marketing department should actually
content drive
be
the
very
station.
Vibrant.
Content is king.
All right, content is king.
Yes.
And any other program at the Queen or whatever you want to call it. But we drive the station. Until that time, we all understand that factor. Then we continue to...
Just to add to what they have said,
yes.
I will just paint a picture. of the everyday independent producer out there. It goes about sourcing funds to produce this wonderful scripts, this nice one that once you put it on AIT or any other station out there, is going to deliver the audience to you. He goes, maybe he has two cars, he sells one, there's one uncle there, he gets some money from him. He puts that together. Then you look for some money to do your post-production. When you are done with that, you go to TV stations, go and bring X amount of millions. I haven't spent so much producing and doing the post-production. Then you start going in search of that. If you are lucky to get that money, you pay them, they put it on there. Then you go, cap in hand. Incidentally, you are wearing cap. I'm not wearing cap in hand, from one advertising agency to another, begging them to please put something. I paid for maybe 13 episodes, a quarter. I've shown about 6, 7 episodes. No advert yet.
They yank you off.
And you've gotten money from some people. You borrowed money from some people. What happened? The station yank you off, and then you are back to square one. Okay. So that is the typical experience of an average independent producer out there.
Why are we not leveraging on the support that the federal government has given? There's some fund. Why are the producers and the directors and those that are in the business of movie making, why are you not leveraging on it? Or is there a problem?
Well, let me answer that. You see, the government cannot take care of everything, okay? Yes, there were some funds that was made available, 3 billion naira, for what they call Project Act funds. In India, there's capacity building, where people were sent on courses overseas or in Nigeria, wherever you choose to do your program. There's also production fund, which is very minimal. There's also
sorry, let me, so that this 3 billion was 2 years, was 2013, right?
Well,
yeah, but before that, there was
$200 million.
Yeah, $200 million.
Yes.
That was also
which I will tell you now that not many of us have been able to access.
Conditions are too tough.
Conditions are too stringent. I mean, you have to bring this and bring that.
Typical banking. That's what I said.
Banking regime.
It's just like I think the banking industry or the banking world should send people, maybe emissaries also, to actually understudy the workings of our industry. It's not like any other industry. Or perhaps they should hire some people as consultants to actually tell them how it will work. So if you give me the same stringent measures you are giving to
the man who's doing oil and gas,
a corporate outfit,
or an importer,
they have all it takes. You have accountant, you have
2 + 2, 3 + 3.
And me that I'm a creative person first and foremost. That doesn't take the other side that I should not do keep my books.
Yeah, business.
But if you put all that, the producers don't just have the money for all that, the kind of money you are asking for. And the Nelson Bank thing, how many people, most people were able to, some people I know that were able to, the people, mostly Nigerians in diaspora, not the one based here. But I want to believe that's the reason, that's one of the reasons for the capacity and the other building funds. And those ones have their role and they are playing their role well. You get people out, get them trained. I know so many directors from my industry that have been trained in Hollywood, in Bollywood, in South Africa. And I also know that I think currently some cinematographers, cameramen, and they just came back from India for this. We need the training. That's why at ITPAN is synonymous with training. I tell people, those in the industry, until this capacity building fund, if you are not trained by NTA or NTA school, you are trained by ITPAN. That's the truth.
All right. Okay. Let's fire the last shot to Ralph. Now, we see a lot of you guys being involved, politics, so to speak, and a lot of the Nollywood people
endorsing candidates.
Yeah, endorsing candidates. A lot of you endorsing President Jonathan, understandably so, because of this kind of assistance to your industry. Now, this problem you have with the $200 million and the ability to get this loan, I mean, you guys sit with these people every now and then. We see you and them at rallies and all that. Could you not possibly whisper to them to have this
you're having issues.
That you're having issues getting money out of this $200 million so that they could simplify the process.
Can I say something about that?
Okay, say something and I'll say something.
First,
But we have to
first and
brief.
foremost,
Yes.
I think one of the reasons for that, I think, is this Project Act. When people are unable together, that is one. Then secondly, I don't think it's a pure or 100% federal government. I think it's a World Bank. It has some World Bank contribution also. So it's not just a purely Nigerian thing.
Well, basically, it was all government initiative, President Jonathan's initiative. Yes. You asked me why we are all supporting President Goodluck. Because there's no other president to support. No other president in the history of this country has ever done what President Goodluck Jonathan is doing for the filmmakers, for the entertainment industry in Nigeria.
So even
no other president.
So why are you not whispering to him that you're having issues?
That is why he promised that he has to do more. He will do more. When you vote for him, when I vote for him, when all of us vote for him collectively, we have to vote for president to continue to do the good things he's doing for this country.
I think
that is why you guys must vote for my president.
I think that's a good point to end the interview.
Ralph is politicking already.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
I have a wonderful program.
Yes, Ralph, thank you.
Thank you.
For coming
Just to keep on your
as
table.
a guest on the O&M.
This is my new teacup. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate this.
I will always remember.
And have a safe flight when you return to Lagos.
And I hope very soon I will come back here with a good program when we have understanding like my
why not?
colleagues.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank
All
you,
the
guys.
best.
So nice to be here.
Yes.
Well, we will. Are you sure we're taking a break? Maybe. I don't think we'll take a break.
I don't think there's any need for that. But you know, the actors, actresses, and entertainment people have all become so politically aware that you know.
We have to start charging them for coming.
Yes, for campaigning on this show. You know. All right.
I think we'll take a break. We'll take a break.
Yes, we'll take a break and then
we'll return with Mama G. Patience Ozokwor.
I hear in Nigeria, nothing is happening, nothing is working, nothing is making sense. When I look in Nigeria, I see the economy is growing. Young people have better opportunities. The farmers are rejoicing. Transportation is getting better and better. The roads are better than they have been in a long, long time. So why are they lying? Why are they covering the truth? Where is the integrity? Where is the patriotism? Maybe that's why they don't want to debate. People, think about the truth. Think Nigeria. Vote Goodluck Jonathan for president. This message is brought to you by Wind of Hope.
Yes, it's still the Sunday show. And now we're going to be talking to one of the Nollywood greats, Patience Ozokwor, otherwise known to so many people as Mama G. Mama G, welcome.
So nice to see you again.
Thank you.
You know, this Mama G thing just, you had starred in so many movies. Why did Mama G stick?
I think the public will tell you why. Because you answer so many names, as many movies as you've done, you have different names. And then one sticks, it's just natural. The way it came, and the slogan, Mama G, G for General, and the mood too.
Are you cool with it?
I'm okay, I'm good. It's not a bad name. G for general. even when my friends all over the world have said, you are now a field marshal, and people will not call me field marshal, they still call me G for general.
So, tell me, for you, I mean, you must have been in, I don't know, 100, 200 movies. I was trying to look at the, the list of movies. It was so long, I just flipped it up and down. It was really, for you, which is the most important, closest to your heart?
Why you people keep asking me that, man?
People want to know.
I pay equal attention to all my movies. But the ones I consider maybe different are the ones that make me do certain things that's out of the way. Like, I've never been a warrior, and you want me to become a warrior. I've never been an armed robber, you want me to carry a gun and things like that. I see those ones as more challenging. Like when I did Aguba many years ago, and the stunt, I'm not a stunt person, but I had to train for some days before I could do that, ride a bicycle and all that, all encompassing in one movie. I just had to give it more attention. So those ones I consider, but the other ones are just like your normal day life, things that happen in the family every day, So I don't regard them as difficult. It could be rough in the family. It could be smooth, it could be loving and things like that. And I just consider them as family issues.
Why do you love the bad roles in the family?
I don't choose for myself. The producers give me what they want me to play. And then out there, my fans prefer me on that side too. If you ask somebody like Schwarzenegger, why do you play the kind of... well, people like me on that side. And you find out that in most of my movies, sometimes they say, okay, let's try you on the other side. Let's make your fans believe that you can also be another side.
Like you're saying, a good woman.
Yes. And they say, oh my goodness, why is she not doing the other one? No? So people keep sending me back to that other one. So I think it has to do with my fans, what they want me to play.
You know, Mama J, you and I, we come a long way. We were both in broadcasting in the 80s.
Yes.
And even the drama thing, you were not so excited about it.
I was.
So where did you catch the ball?
I was very excited. If you notice, I was an announcer on radio.
Yeah,
I also took out time to do the Pidgin English drama then, Ayakata.
Oh, that's true. I remember now.
Radio theatre and Arabia region in Igbo language. So I was always on the drama side.
But where did it explode? How did it explode? Because sometimes when I tell them that you're my old colleague, they don't believe me.
They should believe you. I started somewhere. You are my junior now.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Well,
but it's not been an easy journey, though.
It has not been, but it has been fantastic. So many things have happened, and to get to where I am today.
So how did you move from broadcasting to drama? I mean,
you people retrenched me. You threw me out. You retrenched me. You remember they shut down medium wave
stations then, yes.
I was involved, and there was nothing else I could do. But it was shocking that 6 months after they retrenched us, they employed some new people, and then some people who had their fathers in the
system
were employed, and those of us were thrown out.
But it's a blessing to you today.
Well, if one door does not close,
the other one
will not open.
Now, a lot of people don't know that you are actually a trained teacher.
Yes, I am.
Do you miss teaching?
I'm still teaching.
You're still teaching? Tell me about that aspect.
Well, even where I am now, I'm teaching.
Okay.
I'm acting and teaching people what they are doing that is not good and what they are doing that is good.
Social messages.
I'm sorry, but I have to take you back to that. You became a single mother at a very early age.
Yes.
A lot of challenges, Yes. How were you able to, weather through that storm when you lost your husband, you had all the kids to yourself, and you had to, make a living? I'm sorry I'm taking you back to that sad time.
It's okay. At least it will help other women to know that it's not over until it's over. Yeah. Well, I think I even became a widow before my husband died because he was really down and out. He was sick, bedridden for more than 15 years.
Wow.
Yes, and then the civil service then wasn't even pleasant. They were owing them for salaries, and I really knew that I was up to something. So I had to be on my feet 2-4 hours. And then I would do a lot of things. You remember, when we were even in the region, I would bake and bring to the office and sell.
Yes, that's true. I remember.
Baked meat pie. I loved cooking because I did home economics when I was in secondary school. So I knew how to do cake, all that, confectionaries. So I was always up. When others are sleeping, I'm doing something. When I was retrenched, it became worse. At sometimes, to even find food to give to the children was hell. But I thank God that at the time, my brothers-in-law and those of them who were outside the country, they didn't know what I was passing through. I wasn't the complaining type, so they didn't know. When they found out was when my husband's illness became so unbearable. There was no money to pay for his hospital bills and things like that. And then I thank God for St. Martin's Hospital, New Haven. They also helped me.
And I know.
Yes, waiting for funds to come from anywhere. And the children were in school. They didn't understand that sometimes they could stop school. They refused. They were all doing very well in school. So I knew I had to do something. I looked at some women, their children will refuse to go to school. But mine, they were anxious to go to school. So I told myself that they would never stop school for one day. And I had to combine all that. Even when I was retrenched, I quickly jumped into those confectionaries. I started doing a lot of things. Wedding cakes and things like that. They joined me. All the children, they were all involved. I started doing interior decoration for laying corpses.
Wow.
It was rough. But I thank God for today. All that is gone and
today, how financially rewarding is Nollywood being for you?
Nollywood is God sent. And like my colleague that just left here said, I thank God for Goodluck Jonathan. He came in and he has passion for this industry, gave us life, made us believe that we have a father. You see us crazy about voting him back because we are thinking if he doesn't come back, because of the trend in Nigeria, there's no continuity with anything. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't want me to say the truth, don't bring me here. You know, there's no continuity in anything that we do. If it goes now, somebody else will come with a new idea and abandon the old one and everything about it. So we want him there. Let him finish what he has started. When we have a base like he has started building for us, we'll be able to say, okay, somebody else can come and start from where he has stopped.
Okay. Let me, we talked about the sad side. Let's talk about the beautiful side.
Okay.
You are a grandmother.
Yes, multiple.
Multiple grandmothers. When you look at your kids and then the grannies, how do you feel? And then thinking about when you couldn't even be sure of how they get the food the next day.
You know, it's something that God has done that is unexplainable. When you see your grandchildren and you are able to provide for them at least their daily bread and things like that.
No, Mama G. It's not only daily bread you can provide now. You can provide
much more than
you can take them on holidays abroad. The things you didn't enjoy, they can enjoy it today.
All included.
I thought you were just trying to leave that out.
Only food, no.
Do you really want to say
the
how
comfort.
successful and how financially rewarding Nollywood has been?
It is highly financial rewarding.
So tell us about those little kids that, like when you carry them in your arms and stuff like that.
You know, to say you feel fulfilled is an understatement. I look at them and I begin to remember how my children were when I had them. That they are having their own children now. You know what it is.
Yes.
So I try to relate the way they behave to how their fathers or mothers
when they were kids.
Yeah. So it gives me joy, and I am not yet fulfilled.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my 4th generation. And unless Jesus comes, I will see them. I will live to see them.
Let's say amen.
Amen. I'm not in a hurry to leave now.
Let me take you back to politics and, this urge for Jonathan. First, let me find out, because I see the way you at rallies, you chant the PDP thing and all that. Are you a card-carrying member of PDP?
I am not, but I have my PVC.
I thought as much that you...
I'm not a politician. I am not. But when you see good thing, you associate yourself with it. I am not a member of PDP, APC or anything, but I see something that is well organized. By the way, when PDP started, it was not like this. But they have really grown to become more matured. And I don't think it will be nice for us now to just tear them apart. No. Come to think of it, PDP is the only party that started, and they are still bearing the same name. PDP is like MTN. I'm an ambassador of MTN. MTN has not changed.
You pay.
I will pay.
How much do you pay?
No problem. No problem. MTN can stand it. PDP has not changed its name. Glow has not changed its name since they started. But think about other networks. It's either Econet.
Okay. Before they take us to court.
Okay. No, it's me they will take to court. But I know they know we are just chatting. Yes.
Mama G, you have become an icon. A lot of young women look up to you.
To be like you.
Of course, I was going to ask you, do you have challenges when you go out on the streets based on some of the things you had done in the movies? Mm-hmm. Well, that's an aside, but they look up to you. What message, each time you're doing your work, like you're having this program, what message are you sending that you want people to, to catch, those young people?
I want them to believe in themselves and to be articulating whatever they are doing and have so much confidence that with God they can make it, never to lose hope under any circumstance. There was a time my son said, Mommy, do you think you can never make it again? You are getting old, don't worry. I said, once there is life, there is hope. I want to tell all the women out there that my fans, in fact, whether youths, women, even men, they are my fans too. Sometimes I tell the women, don't worry, I'm not going to snatch your husband from you. You just like me for what I'm doing, I want to tell them that there is more to what we are doing than the eyes can behold. They should, whatever you find yourself doing that is giving you what you want, keep doing it. And so long as it's a good thing, to the best of your knowledge, give yourself to whatever you are doing. If you're a trader, bring your heart out and do it to the best of your knowledge. Find out the pros and cons that go with what you are doing and then know when to jump a hurdle.
Mama G, a lot of, you're a superstar, everybody wants to associate with you, have pictures with you.
Yeah.
And then some men learn you're a single mother. How do you ward them off? You can't tell me they don't come running after you.
Am I not too old for that?
No.
Anyways.
So how do you manage it? How have you managed all these years?
By God's grace, I have been able to manage it. By God's grace.
Give us the strategy.
Don't pretend as if you like something. Or just go ahead and tell the man straight, I'm not in for this. Finish. And you go your way.
The best way to avoid temptation is to avoid it.
Avoid it. Avoidance. And if I tell you I don't want, and this person comes and say, I accept, you may come back. But if I tell you I don't want, and I tell you I don't want, and another person comes, I don't want, they'll say, she doesn't want.
So they'll let that be. What?
We're running out of time. Really.
No, I was just going to ask, what's the future looking like when you look into the glass? What?
Well, I see brightness. I see light, green light, the light that penetrates and gives you joy. I don't see anything obstructing anybody in this country. I don't even see anything obstructing me or my children. I see success
ahead,
all the way.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, are you still hoping to play mother to Peter Doce?
Oh, you remember?
Dean, I think you should do the presentation.
Are you tired?
No, I think you should.
Just a token
Yes.
for coming all the way to the show. And we hope you come again.
Anytime.
And this must be on your table.
Yes, for your morning coffee.
Yes, I won't forget. Thank you.
Let me have
Thank
a
you so
hug.
much.
You know, it's been a long while. You know.